Hey everybody, it is Matty here with Altcoin Buzz with you on this Saturday. Hope your weekend is off to a fantastic start so far. Today we are covering updates in the world of Tomochain. There are a couple of tweets here that we're going to alert you to. We're also talking about Theta Network and a major announcement, a big partnership with a massive South Korean tech giant. I may as well let you guys guess which one that is. So obviously Theta, of course, is in the news. We're talking about Stellar as well as QLC Chain. They're in the news. And then we're going to let you know about how, if you're not already benefiting from the Brave browser, well, there's some easy steps here that you can take to enhance your security and protect yourself. But let's begin with this snapshot of the market today on CoinGecko.com. We have seen a pretty significant retracement over these last few days, but despite that, the market is still up, at least over the course of the last 24 hours. We had a lot of exuberance, of course, and things, I believe, peaked north in this last week, just north of 260 or so billion, albeit briefly, but we did see some pretty high numbers, so we've retraced quite a bit. As you can see, Bitcoin has taken a hit right now, sitting at $7,359 at the time of this recording, but still up over 1.5% on the day. Some other projects are either down slightly or flat. Binance Coin up 6.4% and Stellar up 8.6% notably. So there you have it. In the news today, we're going to take a look at Tomochain, starting with this tweet. Many blockchain projects were present at Consensus 2019. So were we. Tomochain is the youngest blockchain when compared to Ethereum, EOS, and Tron. We have the most user-friendly and efficient platform for dApp developers, decentralized application developers, and the highest staking rewards for stakers. And if you want to check out the side-by-side comparison of Tomochain versus Ethereum, EOS, and Tron, then check out that tweet. We're going to link to it in the description below. And you can get a sense of the transactions per second, the consensus mechanisms, the circulating supply, mainnet launch, block time, block producers, smart contract language that is supported, the DEX ecosystem, decentralized exchange ecosystem, as well as the staking reward. So notably for Tomochain, it's at about 7% annual interest, whereas with Ethereum, that does not exist. It's not applicable. EOS offers about 1.83% annual interest, and Tron is second place, but nonetheless down from Tomochain. Tron offers 4.21% annual interest approximately. And in other Tomochain news, you have this tweet. After the careful assessment, Tomochain is pleased to join Japan Blockchain Association. The link is available there, along with Microsoft Japan, hashtag GMO Internet Group, and Soramitsu. We're thrilled to explore more collaborations with notable JP global blockchain projects and enterprises. So check out this visual here, this graphic rather, for more information. Congratulations to our friends over at Tomochain. Lots of good news happening. And more good news with our friends over at Theta Network. Here's a quote. South Korean tech giant Samsung has reportedly partnered with several blockchain and investment startups to close a funding round for a blockchain-based video streaming platform. Theta Labs has joined Samsung Next and crypto wallet provider Blockchain for the endeavor. That is massive, massive news. This tweet from the 17th of May. So at the time of this recording, Theta has not yet received a significant price jump or a surge in response to that news, but I would keep an eye on it if I were you, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. Not financial advice, but that's just kind of what I'm doing personally. Here on Medium.com, you can check out more Theta news. Theta Pre-Guardian Node Client version 1 released. So this from Theta Labs. Today we launched the Pre-Guardian Node Client, the first step towards the launch of Theta's protocol Guardian node system. Guardian nodes are a critical part of the Theta's multi-BFT consensus mechanism, serving as a second line of defense by reviewing blocks at regular checkpoints and finalizing each block in the chain. While Guardian nodes won't go live until Q3 of this year, the pre-Guardian node PGN client is an early precursor that serves three important purposes. Those are, number one, Theta token holders can start earning T-Fuel, the payment token of the Theta protocol. Number two, it allows the Theta team to gauge interest in users running Guardian nodes and identify the users most dedicated to running nodes. And thirdly, it raises awareness for the Guardian Node program and the Theta project in general, which will drive more users running GNs when they go live. So great news from our friends over at Theta. Switching gears now to news about Stellar. May 15th, network halt. This published on the 16th of May. At 1:14 p.m. Pacific time on May 15th, the Stellar network halted for 67 minutes due to an inability to reach consensus. During that time, no ledgers were closed and no transactions were processed. Basically, Stellar stopped. You may have heard about this news or noted it. The ledger state remains safe and consistent across the network. Stellar has roughly 150,000 users every day and over 3 million total accounts. No one lost their money, and no one's balances were confused by a fork. At 2:21 p.m., ledgers began closing where they left off, and the network is healthy this morning. So I didn't want to go into too much more detail with regards to this story, but it's something that I'm sure many of you noted out there on the Stellar network. And if you're interested in reading more about this, what the implications are, what Stellar is doing to prevent such an interruption, such a disruption in the future, then check out this Medium article. We'll link to it below, and you can read about this for more information. Now, QLC Chain also has a whole bunch of positive news. QLC is proudly presenting and demonstrating the, quote, counter telecom fraud platform. The customers can use the platform to check whether a message is indeed from the claimed source. And this tweet comes from the 17th of May. Again, on medium.com, QLC Chain to launch the blockchain-based anti-fraud message tracker platform on the World Telecommunication Day. I didn't know there was such a day, but you learn something every day, I suppose, to help enterprises and telcos preventing telemarketing scams. Hey, we can use more of that. On the 17th of May, the QLC Chain will launch its anti-fraud message tracker and conduct a live demo of the platform at Antifraud in Messaging Traceability Public Interest Platform launching event. That's a mouthful. The event has invited leading enterprises, financial institutions, and communication service providers in Greater China. The platform, which is fueled by QGas, is available for commercial usage immediately after the live demonstration. Nice. QLC Chain is one of the earliest blockchain projects that have tangible adoptions across telcos and enterprises. Most importantly, this public interest value-add service brings crucial value to society, providing the tool to fight against telemarketing scams. So maybe some of you guys have been the victims of some of these telemarketing scams. Hopefully not, but look, there are a lot of them out there, so I wouldn't be surprised. The scammers often use pseudo base stations and ask customers to transfer money to a, quote, safe account. Click on a link to collect awards or pay for a, quote, utility bill. In fact, I was called just the other day about this, and it was under the guise of a survey, for example. So where I am in Canada, we sometimes get telephone surveys, many of which are legitimate. But this one was weird, and I noted right away that, like my spidey sense was tingling because I was told that just your participation alone is going to qualify you for a prize in the survey, and it's like a 90-second survey or whatever it was. And they were collecting my coordinates, my information. So they said, give us your email address after you answer the questions, and you're going to win something guaranteed. Some of the prizes are a little fancier. Some of them are more basic, like a free cup of coffee or what have you. But they said, my question rather was, well, how do I collect this prize? What is the mechanism that you guys are using? How do I authorize my participation here, so to speak? I was very skeptical. And they said, well, we're going to send you a link based on the information you provide. And then you click the link and you discover what kind of prize you've won. Yeah, no, thank you. So I'm pretty certain that was one such example of a telemarketing scam. So taking the UK as an example, according to UK finance data, these kinds of scams in the UK are rising in both volume and value. Indicatively, there was an increase of as much as 93% in volume when comparing data from 2017 and 18 and resulted in £354 million lost. Wow. Which equals to the annual GDP of the Philippines in 2018. For more information here, you can check out the volume and value metrics here for personal and non-personal metrics that are tracked. So the idea is that this anti-fraud traceability platform can provide a trusted environment for communication services to prevent SMS fraud, telephone fraud, and website content fraud. Through the distributed consensus mechanism of blockchain, QLC Chain provides a trusted service, not tampering and not relying on any one single node. Very nice. I would check this out for more information, guys, if you're interested. And again, you got to be wary. You got to be skeptical out there. Hopefully not too jaded, but there are a lot of scammers, whether you're talking about cryptocurrency or not. There are a lot of scammers, a lot of unscrupulous individuals in this world, unfortunately. And this is something that I'm just going to leave you guys with, but if you're interested as far as this vein that we're tapping here of privacy, of personal protection, again, we're often talking about the Brave browser on this channel, and correspondingly with BAT, of course. I use Brave browser every day to produce my videos, and I'm quite happy with the product, which is a free one. And here on fastcompany.com, they talk about some of the advantages that are associated with the Brave browser. Start taking back your online privacy by making these 4 easy changes. Here's how to keep Google, Facebook, and your ISP, your internet service provider, out of your personal data with just a few steps. So instead of using Google Chrome, use Brave. That's one simple solution. That's something that I'm adapting to, at least for the purposes of the videos. Like I said, you get far fewer ads. That's the one immediate advantage. If you want to check out an introduction to Brave browser, you can do so here. It's linked to the article. Instead of using Facebook, Messenger, or WhatsApp, use Signal. If you're not familiar with Signal, that's, to be honest, something I've not given a fair shake yet, but many of my friends have suggested it, and they're quite fond of it. Instead of Google, use DuckDuckGo, a vastly different service in terms of the fine print and the collection of data that they're involved in. And finally, instead of using your ISP's DNS, use 1.1.1. So there you go, guys. If you're interested in boosting your security, giving yourself an inoculation against all of the data thieves out there, and there are many, then check out this article on fastcompany.com. We'll link to it in the description below. Let us know your thoughts about this whole issue as well. Are you paranoid like me? Are you always looking over your shoulder? I'm starting to more and more, but I think that, to be honest, you have to. It's a dicey world out there. It's still the Wild West in many respects, not only in crypto, but in the internet and the digital world as well. With that, everybody, I think we're just about done with the news. Do be sure you're following us on all the regular social media and keep checking back into our website. Of course, altcoinbuzz.io for all the latest updates and developments. Have a wonderful Saturday, everybody. All the best of luck if you choose to invest, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves, and we do hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.